Sean, you all right, mate? Yeah?
Yeah.
So we've got a bit of a bonus episode today, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Javeno coming on. He's the owner of J7 Community Health Centre in Blakely.
Yeah.
He's also a friend of mine. Friend of yours. Helped me get fit and less fat over the last 8 or 9 years. And so he's going to come on for a chat and help us try and keep people motivated and how they can stay fit and healthy during this lockdown time. Isn't it? Yeah? Yeah, you do his Shining Stars thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you like doing that, do you? What is it you do? What is it you do when you're there?
The 4-piece.
The four, but what is it? What's involved in the 4-piece?
I don't know.
Well, you do know. What is it you do?
Push-ups, weights.
Push-ups and like bicep curls.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do press-ups on them spinny things, don't you, sometimes?
Yeah.
You're very nice, mate, yeah.
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 Yeah, sugars in it.
You got 9 sugars in it. It's disgusting. So you're at your mum's house now, aren't you, tonight?
Yeah.
So it's all new, this Zoom stuff, to do a meeting on, isn't it?
Yeah.
But,
we have a meeting before.
And not like this, where we're recording it and everything, and trying to make it into a podcast. You know, Jay's going to come on in a minute, he says.
Not a lie.
But it's not a lie. You know, he's not very technically minded, so you might let the side down there. We can, don't tell him we said that.
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah. One of my mates in school is to be a rapper.
Are they?
Yeah.
What are they called?
Kiwi.
What's the rap name?
K2DA.
K2DA?
Yeah.
Are they any good?
Yeah.
Are they on Spotify?
No, he's only on YouTube.
Is he on YouTube?
Yeah.
You'll have to show me. Is he good or is he a bit like rubbish?
Good.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. 37 plus.
37 what?
Hi.
Oh yeah, 37. I don't know where he is, to be honest. He's
Pretty late.
A bit late.
Like normals.
I know, yeah. Well, he only makes me do burpees if he's late, doesn't he? Oh yeah, he's here now, admit him. Yes. Can't hear you. No, wait a sec. Yes. Unmute yourself.
Well, let me have my cup of tea.
Yeah, he's on. Yes.
What's going on, Big Stu?
Turn your phone the other way.
Which way?
Turn it so it's on the side.
That way, like that.
There we go. Get your big handsome face in.
What's the difference? Why this way?
Because it fills the screen better.
1 minute, let me get sexy then. Wait.
It fills the square better.
All right then. Look at that Christmas tree. These two look so alike. It's scary.
Right, Jay. This is going to be weird because we're like mates, but it's going to be quite serious. Not serious, like serious. But we are like mates. Sean's just got the giggles already. But right. Like I've known you for years because you helped me, like when I was like proper fat and shy and quiet and all the nonsense stuff. When I met you, that really helped me, and you just charged me £1 to do your lessons.
Yeah.
And then you've trained my whole family.
Yeah.
You've trained us all, and so we just want to know like how you got started and everything. And I know your story, and I know why and how you inspire people, but we just wanted you to tell it and like how it all started. Like you're fucking Javeno Mclean, J7 Community Health Centre.
Come on now, come on.
The big guy.
So now the way it started for me was I was an athlete. So my story. Are you listening, Sean? You paying attention? Yeah. So my story was I was a cricketer.
Yeah.
I played cricket to a very high level. I was a fucking big, oh, sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. I was a
You can
beast.
swear if you want, it's fine.
So now cricket was my first love, but it wasn't my true love. What I mean by that, it sounds weird and really quite creepy, but cricket was all I ever wanted to do. So even since a young boy, I was a beast. I was 11 years old training 3 times a day. 11 years old training 3 times a day, doing 300 press-ups a day. I was an absolute monster. So my journey in fitness started through cricket, my love for cricket and wanting to be a professional. And obviously I was born in Jamaica, so our national sport is cricket. Just like in England, it's football. I was obsessed with cricket. So long story short, by the time I was, say, 14, I was probably the most elite bowler in the country. I started getting recognition, started playing for Lancashire, went through the Lancashire cricket age groups, killed it. And then politics started coming in when I was about 19, 20. Left Lancashire, broke my heart, to be honest, because I'm a Red Rose man. Went to a few different other counties, played professionally, got a contract to go out play in India professionally. And then the turning point for me was, this is going to sound really big-headed.
That's all right, you've got to
Shut up, you. Anything to do with physicality in sports, I always won. So 100-meter sprints, press-up test, agility test, plyometric test, deadlift, pull-ups, anything physical, I was always the best. I was always the strongest. It got boring. It didn't satisfy me. So something happened in India where the conditioner was from South Africa. He tore his ACL randomly doing something on the pitch. I had to fly back to Durban. So they said to me, "You're the fittest on the team. Do you want to take over the responsibility of conditioning the team?"
Oh, so I always thought you got sick. I always thought you got injured, and that's how it started.
No. This episode, that was on the way. My mind was already kind of switching because in professional sport, people don't understand that you get to a point where sometimes, well, for me, the fun started coming when politics started coming in it, because you start seeing things happening where you think that person doesn't deserve to be where they are, but because they know a certain person and they've got relations with a certain people, and they start seeing them progress up the professional ladder, not because of the talent or the hard work.
Nepotism.
You start going, So then my mind was already going a bit that way anyway. That's why I went to India, to get away from English cricket.
Yeah.
But anyway, the coach the conditioner got injured. They said to me, take over the team for 2 months to condition them. I got more out of them 2 months of what I could do with other people rather than myself. I got more satisfaction out of it. So me getting in shape and being the strongest or the fittest was, again, sounds big-headed, but it didn't do nothing. That was normal. It was what's expected. It didn't satisfy me. That didn't get me feeling like a beast. It didn't get me feeling really accomplished. There was no self-accomplishment with that, because since I've been 13 years old, I've always been that guy. If that's, again, it sounds big-headed, but I've always been the most physical guy, the most strongest guy in any team that I played for. So when in them 2 months, them boys that I got fit, the ones that I made more athletic, the ones that I made lose a lot of body fat, I got more out of that than what I could do with myself. So my mind started going, I got more satisfaction out of what I can do with other people than myself. I can get myself in shape. That's nothing. Yeah. So then that's when I really started to make the transition. So when I got back to England from India, again, politics kicked in. I was at Worcester County Cricket Club, great group of lads. And then politics kicked in again with the rain. We had a season where the ground got flooded. We lost a lot of money. No games could be televised on Sky Sports. So I missed out on my contract. But yet 3 or 4 other young players got a contract, not because of their cricketing ability or athletic ability, because of their age, and they was in the academy age group. And I'm going to say they had the new people on the board that were family relations and uncles and
but that happens everywhere in sport and stuff like that, doesn't it? Yeah,
and it's very frustrating, especially when you live and die for a sport. So I got back from India. Went to Worcester. My mind was still kind of thinking, you know what, I might need to take a break. because there's no point in me killing myself physically trying to be the best athlete I can. And I'm actually performing. I'm on the pitch. I'm dominating. But because of politics, you're not going to give me my contract. So my mind started getting tired with it. And then obviously God must have not known the plan, because pre-season, I was at Aber Moss smashing up my brother at badminton, at squash. Ping, 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 ping. Oh, like a salmon. Like a salmon, Sean.
Squash is well hard. Squash is well hard. I can't do it.
Diving about like a maniac, whooping his body. I was whooping him. Nothing happened. I felt fine. Randomly in a freak accident, I just stepped to the left, snapped my Achilles, fell on the floor in the worst pain possible. Still hard though, but started crying a little bit, and it was the worst pain ever. And that injury made me, obviously, took me out of the game, and I didn't play for. I've never played since. So that literally the 2 weeks before that injury, I remember saying to my mum and dad and my brother, especially my brother, that I'm going to stop for a bit. I've never lived, because you got to think most of my years growing up, I've never lived where cricket's a summer sport. So when the cricket season finished in September, I took 3 weeks off, and I was back training from September. By October, I was back training. So while all my friends were going Malia and Ibiza and Napa and having summer holidays and doing things, I was always playing cricket. So I missed out on all of that. The endless phone calls of my mates going out, doing things and living life, and I'm playing cricket because I'm dedicating myself to the sport. And I said, you know what? I want to have a summer where I live. So my mind was already kind of made up that I was going to do that anyway. And then coincidentally, I snapped my Achilles. That kind of made the decision for me even more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then.
Did you get fat in that summer?
Never.
Well,
I snapped my Achilles. You
didn't do it right then.
2 days later, I was in the gym.
You didn't do it right.
I did do it right. It was a full-on snap. 2 days later, I was at the Body Matrix. You remember the top floor of the Body Matrix?
Yeah.
You had to go up on them stairs. I was hopping up. Ask my brother, ask my mum, ask John. I was hopping up them stairs on my crutches, doing pull-ups, pure bicep curls. Couldn't use my legs. It was a hard time, mate. Very hard time. So that's how I got into. Well, that's how I made the transition from cricket to fitness.
And then is that when you started at Active Lifestyles?
No, I was doing some stuff at the council anyway, and then this Active Lifestyles was in the pipeline. It wasn't made yet, and then they basically came to me with an idea and how I could make it better. And they kind of made a role for me. The role wasn't even there, but they made a role for me. And then my job was to create the menu of exercise for the Active Lifestyles, and a menu of exercise that I thought that the whole city could do, that the whole family could do. So I created the menu that we did at Active Lifestyles, me and a group of my work colleagues. I created the walk to run. And I created exercises in forms of exercises that I didn't personally do, but I knew were fantastic. I think with fitness, you've got to have an open mind. It's like growing up. You always get them idiots who don't know nothing about sport. Like I know you love City, you're a mad City fan, but I know you're a sports fan. So just because you don't play a certain sport, it's pathetic if you used to slag off another sport. So me growing up, because I played cricket, I would never slag off snooker, golf, tennis because I didn't play. I understand that different sports require different things.
Is snooker actually a sport?
Yes, it is a sport, you idiot.
Even though you don't work up a sweat?
It's a sport, mate. I'm telling you this now.
They're the best. I mean, I like the sports you can do in the pub because I like the pub. Yeah. So,
well, that's what I mean. It's a sport, but growing up in school, I used to get in, not trouble, but I used to have issues with people who would go, yeah, but cricket, all you need is stand around and do this and do that. I'm like, no.
For 5 days.
No. That's why. So if that's all cricket was, why am I doing all these sprints and deadlifts and trying to be in the best physical shape possible? If it was that easy, why am I killing myself trying to be that fit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not easy.
But then obviously, because no one's ever been a fast bowler, no one's ever been in the cricket field, you used to get these people that say that stuff, saying that I look more like a boxer or a rugby player than a cricketer. But then I took that same principle as regards to fitness, where just because I don't do 5Ks and 10Ks, it doesn't mean that it's still a great form of exercise. And there's people out there that love it. So I need to put that on the menu. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
active
Zumba,
lifestyles was quality.
active lifestyle was fantastic. So the plan with active lifestyle was to give people the best, literally the best quality of exercise for the cheapest price. Do you know what I mean? Because we was in a position where we could, and it worked.
Well, active
wonderfully.
lifestyles was where I met you on Twitter earlier, and then active lifestyles was when you.
Yeah.
I mean, when I met you, I tweeted you, and then you asked for my email address, and you would email me, and you'd be like, "Oh, what are you eating today? What are you doing today?" And it was really helpful. And then when you said, "All right, Stewie, we've been doing this a couple of weeks now," I'd spoken to other people, and every time they said, "You've done this now," they would then say, "Come and see me. It's £60 an hour." And you went, "I've got these classes," and I thought, "Oh, here we go. Where's the big sell?" And I said, "Right," and he said, "Give £1," and I thought, Jesus, £1. And then I turn up, and it was only a small class at the time, but by the time I left, the classes were packed, and there was like 6 or 7 classes a week.
By the time you left, it was the busiest class in the UK, Stu.
Yeah, well, so I did boxing, the circuits, the running, everything. That running club still goes now, still underwater to run. They're not active lifestyles anymore. But I mean, you went Sean's school and you did all that at Sean's school with the mums and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay, your video's gone off. Did you know that?
Oh, 1 minute. Yeah.
1 minute.
Yeah, got to charge up the thing, you see, Stu.
Yeah, that's it. So, like, active lifestyle really helped me. There's no way I would be still going to the gym now or anything like that. If I probably would have just been double fat now.
Yeah, probably.
If I never met you. I mean, that's what?
See, the key to that there, Stewie, right, is what you said before, is reason why I think now, like J7 is so popular now. J7 is the most.
You're the reason why J7 is popular.
No, it is, but it's the blueprint that I set out. So it's what I try to teach when it comes to exercise. So J7's what it is now is because from the very first time I come into contact with somebody now, God's money's not my God. I'm not chasing your money. I'm chasing you. I want your soul. I want you. So it sounds a bit weird this year, but I think about the things I shouldn't think about. So now, before I even met you, right? Well, when I met you, right, I didn't have my son.
No, I remember when he was born.
Didn't have my son. But even in them days, Stewie, when I'm talking to you, a man that I don't know, in my head, right, I'm over it like, so again, this is not a big Eddie thing, but I've always been well known in my community. Everybody knows me. So now, one thing that I love more than anything, right, is see my nieces and my nephews.
Yeah.
Anywhere they go, they know that they've got somebody looking at. Anywhere they go, they know that if they was to get in a state of emergency or any trouble, there'll be somebody that knows me. There'll be somebody that knows their uncle to ring me. So I know that my girls are protected. My nephews are protected. You know what I mean? They're all protected. That if anything was to drastically go wrong, something horrible, and which is we live in the times where things can go wrong, that there's a good possibility that there'll be somebody that knows me that can tell me or that can help them if I can't get there. Do you know what I mean? So even when I met you, my thing is I need to be friends with this guy purely because I don't want his money. I want his friendship, because you could be there on the street if my nieces or nephews are getting attacked, getting in trouble. I want my community to be that close where that we all, remember that old saying where people say that it takes a village to raise a child?
Yeah, village to raise a,
Yeah, the community needs to be that cool. I want everybody to be cool and have full of love, because when you've got a community full of love, you've all got each other's back. So it's not about the money. It's about being that well known and that liked in your community where you've got people that could help you out if needs be. So even before my son, I'm looking at you thinking, this man, when I eventually do have a child, this man could be a person that is involved in my son's life or my daughter's life. I need to make sure that he's cool. I need to make sure that he's got respect for me. I need to make sure that he's got respect for my family. And that was way before then. So with you, you was one of them unique ones, Stewie, where all I get, even to this day now, is so many, every single week, people wanting me to do certain things, wanting advice. But it ain't real advice. It ain't real. It's not genuine. You want me to tell you a magic potion of how to get a six-pack. a magic potion about to get a J-Lo booty. You are one of them.
Booty.
No, you haven't. Sean has. Tori has. So now, you are one of them unique ones where when you came to me and spoke to me, within 2 minutes, yeah, I knew that you really wanted this. It wasn't no joke to you. It wasn't no gimmick. You was asking for advice because you really wanted it. And I can't explain it, but I can pinpoint who's the BSers and who's not. And you wasn't one of them. So if you're somebody who's just BSing me, I ain't really got time for you. So even this morning, I had a phone call of somebody and they just wanted to get in shape quickly. They're going away in January, hopefully. And they want to get in shape quickly. And if you're a BSer and you're just trying to, you want a quick fix, I ain't got time for you. When you're somebody who generally really wants it, it's so obvious. Like, you won't see it because you're on the other side of the fence. But from my point of view, from my side of the fence, you get people who are so genuinely, they want it. And when you're that kind of person, it ain't about your money. I'll help you every single day of the week. It's not about your money. If you really want it, I know I can, and I know I can help you get it. I'm gonna do it, like, because I know that it's from a real honest place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sean, did you say you had something to say a minute ago?
Yeah.
What is it, pal?
Go on, big man. Come on, big man.
What's what?
What Marcus did over the summer to get them children stuff for food who've come from families who come from poor people. Some people said on Sky Sports News, Marcus not doing that for fame. Marcus doing that not for fame. He's doing it for helping people to do.
Oh yeah, because like Rashford came from a poor family, didn't he, in a poor community?
Yeah.
And he was that's like the same sort of thing of what Jay's doing with trying to bring the whole community together and help everyone out. Yeah,
for real. So now with Marcus Rashford, what he's doing, he's so good, because I don't know whether it's people come from poverty, or whether people come from poorness. But like, Stewie knows my story. I'm from poverty, man. Like, I'll show you next time you're in, Sean. I'll show you.
Flossing now,
like,
though.
Hey,
flossing now, though, when he's Sean.
No, I'm not flossing. I'm from real poorness, Sean. Like, I was born in Jamaica, baby boy. I was born in Jamaica. I came to this country when I was 6. I lived in real poverty. So the way I approach life is, when you come from poverty, when you come from real poorness, you got a drive to help people. You got a drive to help people because I feel blessed. Every day is a blessed day for me, because I know that if I was back home now in Jamaica, life would be totally different. Me and my family may not even be here. My son may not even be here. So I think when you come from a poor background, I think you generally do really want to help people, because you know what it's like to have no help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know what it's like to have zero help. You ain't got no plan A, plan B, plan C. There's no plan. It's just survival. So I think when you come from a really poor place, it does turn you into a bit of a beast, where you want to help as much as you can, because you want to give people the help that you never got. So I'm not saying I never got help with my fitness. I didn't, to be honest. I did it all myself, but I'm in a position now where I know I ain't never failed. I can get anybody in shape. But that basic,
not anyone.
Hey, not you, Stu.
No, you struggled with me for 10 years.
Mate, I'm struggling with you. But when you got that basic communication where somebody wants help, and you know you can provide help, whether it's fitness or anything else, I'll do it, man. I'll always do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
just
your whole building a community and wanting people to respect you in that. Well, I think you've achieved that. Your community centre, your gym is amazing. The people that go in there are all amazing. Your classes that you used to run were amazing. The classes that you still run are amazing. I've never heard anybody say a bad word about you. So that's all ticked off your list.
But do you know what I think it is as well, Stewie? I just try and teach Keno, Louis, and Badger and Dougie that this only works if you form a forever friendship. I've got to actually like you. So think about that. For J7 to work, or community project to work, it has to be the nucleus has to be like love and actual care. So now, if I just meet you and Sean now, I meet Tori, for me to work with you, and basically the way I look at it is, you lot are keeping me away from my son. You're keeping me away from my missus and my family. So in order for that to be okay, I have to really like you. So I have to really genuinely like Stewie. So the only way I'm gonna like Stewie is if I make a real big dog effort to actually know your story, know about you. I know everything about you. I know about I know about Tori. I know about Sean. I know about your past. I know about where you used to live. I know about your gate in your garden that Dave Casey put up. I know about your triathlons. I know about your stupid bikes that cost £1 million. I know about
Not £1 million.
Whatever it costs. I know about that stupid bike thing that you're sitting in front of and you pretend that you're in the Tour de France and you're there just pedaling away. I know about that there. I know what job you do. I know what job Tori does. I know what school song. You know what I'm saying? The point being is, I know your story. And when you know someone's story, you become true friends. You know about my family. You know about Laura Mason. You know my story. So for this to work, it has to literally be about people who are genuine friends. So with or without J7, I know that you and Tori and Sean will still be involved in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
And that's why I've known you for like 10 years, because we've been genuine friends. So I was trying to teach my young boys that there's money will come and go. But in order for you to build your reputation in the community, you have to know people's stories. But that takes effort, that takes time. It doesn't take money. It takes genuine care. Do you know what I mean? Checking in on people, messaging them. If you don't hear from them, just checking in that they're okay. That there takes time. And when you actually like somebody, you'll go to war for them. When you like somebody, you'll bend over backwards for them.
Oh, well, when you found out about my divorce and that, I think the first message you sent me was, why didn't you tell us, come to the gym now? And I had to got dragged to your gym, and you didn't even want me to train. You just made me a coffee and said, what is going on with you? Why aren't you training?
100%.
And then beasted me instead.
Yeah, exactly.
And get me off the couch, because I'd been on the couch for a month and a half.
And because you got to look at this now, I'll be honest with you. When you pay me all the money that you pay me, right, it's tremendous.
Oh, he's frozen again.
Without it.
Oh, he's back.
I can do without it, Stu. I can do without it. So the money that you get off people is secondary. It's just a byproduct of being good at your job. The main thing that I want out of it is to make sure that my guy's okay. That's it. That's all I want, is making sure that you're okay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not about anything else but making sure that your people and your genuine friends are okay. And that's how you build a big, strong community. That's how you build a community spirit.
Right. So when you get someone like me who's a bit lazy and, I can't be the only one. I can't be the only one who says, I haven't got time. How do you explain to somebody to make time? Because especially now at this time when everyone's stuck indoors, COVID-19, it's not easy for everyone. How is it you can tell people to make time?
Oh. 1 minute, mate. I can hear was that Sean? Sean, you look nugget.
Yeah. Do you want me to say it again?
Nice. Do it again. Say it again.
Right.
Yes, please, mate.
When you get someone like me who's a bit lazy, and now we've got COVID-19 and everything, and everyone's stuck inside, people have obviously say to you, I haven't got time, I don't have time, I've got a job, I've got a family. But how is it you tell somebody to make time? How can you get them to make that time?
What was the second thing that you just said then, yeah? You've got a what?
A family and a job.
Say it again.
Family and
say that again. You've got a what?
A family.
A family, yeah? So if you've got a family, F a job. Doesn't matter about the job. Jobs will come and go. Money's not the priority. So if you've got a family now, it's your job to be the healthiest example for that boy as possible. Your job is to be the healthiest example to that boy as possible. Your job is to be the healthiest husband, wife as possible. So now you can either sit down there, talk about COVID, say that you ain't got time, do whatever. Go on. What I've stopped doing, Stu. I've stopped begging people. I've stopped trying to convince people to be healthy. I say, go on, just die then, innit? I say, go on, just get fat and die, get unhealthy and die, go on. Because if you don't give a damn, why should I give a damn when it's a matter of if you claim that you love your family, surely you want to be here as long as possible to enjoy your family. Surely you want to be as healthy as possible to make your family life better. So when people say they ain't got no time, you're talking absolute dog doo-doo. It drives me mad. I literally want to throw things at people when they say they ain't got time. Because guess what? You got time for other BS, aren't you? You got time to go to the pub. You got time to go out. I guarantee, the worst thing is what I always say to people. That always makes them go, oh yeah. If I said to you right now, we're going Barbados in 3 weeks.
Yep.
We're going Barbados in a month. I bet you'd find time to train then, innit?
Well, I have time anyway. But
so
yeah,
the 9 hours, not you. I'm not talking.
Oh, right.
I'm talking like people in general. Yeah. So most people, you make time. So now most people, when they talk about not having time, it's because they don't want to. It's just justifying that if you say that you're saying that you've not got time, it's just a get out clause.
Yeah, it's an excuse rather than a reason.
Of course it is. Of course it is. It's a matter of when you're gonna start being real with yourself, when you're gonna start being honest with yourself. And most people, and 9 out of 10 people ain't honest with themselves. 9 out of 10 people are always looking for a get out clause and a reason to justify why they were lazy. So now, if you're a person that says, "Oh, I ain't got time," instead of just they don't own it, you got to start. People need to start owning it. So if you used to really own the situation, you go, you know what? I have got time. I've just been lazy. I need to start doing this, and that. So now, if you're a lazy git and you don't want to own it, the only way you can justify being a lazy git is by saying, "What? I haven't got time because I've got kids, I've got a job, I've got this and that." It's just justifying that you're lazy, but you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But this is the thing now. I'm at the point now where I generally don't care. I generally will not work with somebody if I don't like you. But 2, if you're one of them people, I ain't got time because you're not keeping me away from my son. You're not keeping me away from my family if you're that kind of person who's going to make excuse after excuse. Yeah. If you're a Stewie Jones,
Go on.
If you're a Stewie Jones kind of person who is honest about it, he's really honest about it, really genuine about it, and understands that it's a long road, and sometimes you have good weeks and sometimes you have bad weeks, but you still keep coming back. I've got time for that. I've got time for that, Stewie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't got time for people not owning it, not owning their own situation, and then having the right to moan about it. You ain't got the right to moan about nothing because everything's fixable, but you don't want to fix it. So you ain't got the right to moan about nothing. Idiots.
Go ahead, Sean. Did you want to say something?
Yeah. What made me angry and Stu today? Jay, this is for you. Someone asking Stu today what you need to get for a person trainer like you. That's what someone said in Stu today.
Oh, what qualifications you need to do to be a personal trainer in school is what you're saying, Sean?
Yeah.
Did you have your sports class today, mate? Yeah.
No, in business.
Oh, in business.
Yeah.
So to be a personal trainer, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get a personal trainer qualification is just the first step. Sorry, mate, something in my eye. Yeah, it's just the first step, really. But you can get different qualifications, mate, from so many different organizations. So when you're a bit older, how old are you now? It's like 7 or something.
15.
Like 7 or 8 or something. When you're probably a couple of years older, a personal trainer, there's so many different places. There's focus training, there's Empire, there's the YMCA. There's loads of different ways you can get qualified. Loads and loads. But when you do get your personal training qualification, it's the very first, it's just a piece of paper that says you're qualified, but then the knowledge and the development of you as a trainer starts then. It doesn't start, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you've made it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because you were saying at school the other day, weren't you? And you'd figured that you wanted to be like a coach or something when you left school, and you're doing a level 1 thingy, aren't you? But because of your level 1 sport, but because of your difficulties, you might not be able to do it. But you definitely get a job in a gym or something, can't you?
Yeah.
Like even if it's just a job in the gym, mate.
You can do anything that you want, Sean. Anything that you set your mind to.
You can do anything you want, we know.
You can do anything
but that's not
Okay.
What made me angry too on Sky Sports, what Lou Harris has said, nobody taking a knee for Batman's letter.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Only him and 3 other people doing it.
Who was that?
Lewis Hamilton.
You got to understand, Sean, right? This Black Lives Matter thing is quite complicated, and sometimes people don't get it. Sometimes people don't get it purely because, so now I don't really talk about it because it gets me mad, and I don't want to be that person ranting and raving on social media, but the Black Lives Matter stuff is a serious situation. And then when you've got black friends or black people that you associate with, and you're generally not racist, I think it's easier to understand. If you've never, like, I could tell people stories of incidents that'll make people cry right now, like make grown men cry. I could tell Stewie stories right now of situations that happened that I was involved in. If it happened to you, it would, like, it's a disgusting thing. I'm not even going to go into it. So now the Black Lives Matter thing is a serious thing. So when people don't kind of acknowledge it in the way that they should, it's because it's a bit of ignorance, because they don't understand it, because they've never been they've never been involved in racist abuse or racism. So it's like, it's diluted to them. So a lot of people that don't really do it or don't understand it or don't support it, it's because they're like, nah, it's not that serious. It's not that serious to them because they've never been involved in it. They've never been around it. They've never really seen the brutality, the psychological scarring that certain situations that can have. So with that kind of stuff, mate, you can't really you just got to let people live. Because I don't really get mad at some people for not understanding it, because they look at this now. Imagine if we was all rich people. Look at them rich kids, Stewie. Look at them rich kids, Sean, who are born with a silver spoon in the mouth, who are born rich.
And Formula One drivers are a bit like that because it's expensive to get into. They're not grown up like footy players or cricket players and things like that. They're like rich kids.
So they've never seen the way they've been raised. They've probably never seen racism or even poverty. So they're probably going, racism? Like, they're probably like, they've never been raised. They've never been raised. They've been raised totally different from me or Stewie. Do you know what I mean? Stewie grew up in bloody Wivenshaw and Northenden, and then, like, so he's probably seen stuff. I've seen stuff where certain people will never understand it because it's an alien world to them. It's a totally different world. So, yeah, I get it, man. Like,
that was a bit of a tangent, Sean. Thanks for that. Lost our train of thought now.
Nah, man, but real talk. I could tell stories.
Yeah, it's good.
Next time you're in, Stewie, I could tell you. I'm going to tell you some stories. I don't want Sean to hear stories that would make you go.
All right.
As a father, you'd go jail. Like, as a father, you'd go jail. Yeah. Like, it's horrible situations. But like, this is the thing, though. This goes back to what we said at the start. This is why I work so hard in the community, and this is why, you know what I'm like, Stewie. Everyone comes to me for some kind of help. It could be the co-op guys next doors. It could be members. You know how many houses I've been to? You know how many people phone me because something outside of the gym's happened and need me to help it? I'll never say no. I'll never.
Well, you were giving out food to old people about 3-6 months ago at the start of all this 100%. COVID.
I'll never say no, because when I was growing up, I lived in Crumpsall, Cheetham Mill. My mum sent me to school in Blakely. And when I went to school in Blakely, Sean, turn it off.
Sean, sort your phone out.
I am.
All right. So when I went to school in Blakely, it was NF days, Stewie. You remember NF?
Yeah.
NF days, which was a really racist group, Sean. So it was a very different time. We went through some real situations, mate. So now
we had that in Sale.
To see the community how it is now in Blakely, where there is a lot of black kids, it's so multicultural, and that everyone's just full of love in different circles. It wasn't like that 15, 20 years ago. No chance. Like, it wasn't like that 15, 20 years ago. 15, 20 years ago, Sean, I couldn't walk through Blakely. I could not walk through Blakely. My brother could not walk through Blakely. It was a different time. So now
he's like the king of Blakely, Sean.
Exactly. So now, the way it is now, it's a different place, but that shows you that when people generally care about each other, you don't see color of skin, man. You don't see class. You don't see rich or poor. You don't see black or white. You just see Stewie and Jay. You just see people. You just see humans. And I think when people understand that, with just real care for people, man, and helping each other out, not because you have to, because you want to, people don't see color. People don't see color.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Right. So back on track. Ever since I've known you, there's been this J7. It was the J7 workout DVD that we did, which was a workout. What? Yeah, the toughest workout I've ever done in my life. Y7. Obviously, J is for Javeno.
Come on now, yes.
What's the number 7 for?
Do you want the real story or
the real reason? We want to know why J7.
The real reason is this. It's not my lucky number. It's just a number that seems to have followed me my whole life. Long story short, in school, basketball. I was a basketballer, Sean. I was a wicked basketballer. I used to dunk on people.
Sean.
Michael Jordan.
Sean, they did the J7 community basketball charity event. He got whooped by Brenda, I think.
No, I didn't. I was dunking on people like Michael Jordan. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, in school, long story short, basketball was my second sport. So it got to the point by third year I had to pick between basketball and cricket. Obviously, cricket was my love, but I was mega at basketball. I remember in 1 month, I got picked to play for England in cricket and in basketball. But obviously, cricket was my love, so I chose cricket. But not many people, young athletes, have got the choice to play for the national team in 2 different sports. But all the way through school, I did still play basketball. Although I was a cricketer, I did still play for the basketball team because our basketball team in school was mega. And our number that we picked, every player used to pick their own jersey, and that's the number that you kept every game. So Stewie would always be number 15. So-and-so would always... So the number that I picked in year 7 was 7. So all the way through, it got picked for me. So all the way, Mr. Reardon picked it. So from year 7 to year 11, every single time we played basketball, number 7 was my jersey. Okay? Went to college, played basketball in college.
Yeah.
The number that accidentally fell on my back was number 7. At Lancashire, playing cricket, 1 year they decided to start putting numbers at the back of the jerseys. The number that got allocated to me was number 7. I went to Northamptonshire to play for a season. Pre-season at Northamptonshire, my second club. The number that they allocated to me was number 7. Yeah. I went to Worcester, played at Worcester. I didn't get allocated a number, but the gaffer, Damien D'Oliviero, he gave me a shirt to wear every game with number 7 on. It wasn't my official team number, but it was a shirt that I wore every game. Number 7. I went to India to play in India. The number that the club gave me in India.
Number 7.
7. My little boy.
He's not 7.
His birthday is January the...
Is it? Just 7th. By your birthday?
Yeah, ours is the 4th, Sean. Mason's is the 7th. My missus, Laura, her birthday, December the...
7th. Oh, so it is quite a big number in your life, isn't it? So that explains that then.
Yeah, it's not my lucky number. It's just followed me.
Well, I thought about it. Tori asked me before, why is it 7? And I always just thought, oh, that because it was like the 7th workout that you adapted or something, like, and you thought. That's what I always just thought. I thought this is just a killer workout, and this was just the number 7, the 7th time he's tried it or something to maximum effect.
It's a number that's just kind of followed me, man. It's a weird one, but I hope that makes sense. And like people like sometimes think that obviously this is my favorite color, but it's not.
Yeah, no, Toby thought it was because it was like a Chinese lucky number, and that's why you picked it, because you've got all the brothers in your gym and that.
Nope, nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. The reason why it's orange, shall I tell you the reason why it's orange? My favorite color is khaki. My favorite color is khaki green, by the way. You know what I mean? So gonna buy me something sexy, something manly, khaki green. Okay. So now, reason why it's orange, right? I did research on colors. Yeah. Long story short, I was sat in Costa Coffee, and I said, right, I'm working out what color I want my logo and my colors, my business to be. I put all these colors on the table, and I said, I'm gonna work out what feelings I get, what colors should provoke feelings. So when I knew that, yeah, it was because years ago I was a member of DW in Bury.
All right, yeah.
And the decor of that gym was black and red. Stewie, I used to walk in there, right? It was dead light. What from outside? It was dead light. You go in on this black and red. You come out. I used to come out of there vexed. I used to come out of there angry for ages. I was there for about a year, and I'm like, why am I coming out of the gym vexed? It was dark. It was black and dark red. And then I thought, let me Google this. That's not right. That. And there was a study from Harvard University in America about how colors provoke feelings. So they did a survey. They did like an experiment. They got a bunch of Navy SEALs, put them in a room, right? So one person was in a red room, one person was in a purple room, one person was in a yellow room, one person was in a red room, and all these different colors, all these Navy SEALs. So red is an angry color.
Right.
Yeah. So when so think about it, what do you look at this now? If someone's angry, what color do they go? They go red. Well,
when you go in the public toilets and that, the angry face is always the red one. You've got
it's
to do
red.
thing. Yeah.
So red is an angry color. When you're cold, what color do you go when you're cold?
Blue.
Exactly. Blue's a cold, lonely color. Is it making sense? Think about this. When you're sick, what color do you go?
Green.
Green is a sickly color. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go into purple, purple is a relaxing, calm, peaceful color. Why do you think? And lavenders. Why do you think like spas and places and salons are like purple and lavender? Because it's a calm, peaceful color. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I worked out, and well, they worked out. They got me thinking about the happy colors. The two main happy colors. I came to this conclusion, by the way, not Harvard University. the University of Jamaican Javeno came to this.
Javeno University.
Javeno University. The two happy colors, in my opinion, was yellow and orange. Yellow is a short. Like when I think of yellow, I think of the sun.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Bright, dead bright. But then it's gone.
Yeah, I
it's
think
there.
it's too bright.
There, and then it's gone. And you don't. And when's it gonna come back? And it comes back, and it's there again, and it's gone. I said, I'm a happy guy. I'm a consistent happy. Orange is an everlasting happy color. Orange is not like the sun where it's there and it's gone. It's an everlasting. It's a happy color. It's a long-lasting happy color for me. So that's why I chose orange. And to be honest, it's the best thing that I've ever done, because people literally have bad days and they'll come into the gym and they'll say, they even just sat down waiting, they'll say, just looking at the orange walls, it makes them kind of calm down. And
yeah, I like it in there.
Yeah, 100%.
I couldn't imagine it being any other colour now.
Imagine
I don't
you walked
think
in.
I'd want it to be any other colour.
No, mate, imagine you walked in, it was bloody dark red or dark green, or like it won't be the same.
I'm surprised you've not got your kit on tonight for a bit of free advertising. What you'd be sat there in your hat or your jacket or something.
Stewie, you know when I text you?
Yeah.
I just got home about 2 minutes ago. So listen, I got my tie. I got my wife on underneath there. Don't let this through you.
Don't go down there.
I'm not gonna go down, but I've got just got my boxes on, my tight ones. But yeah. Sean, how's the rugby going?
Fine.
Not playing at the minute, are you, mate?
Oh,
no.
Is it not?
When I went back, we're doing a workout. I lie on the edge of the pitch to be sick,
Mm.
some boxing coach came and say start breathing in and out to
Okay.
calm you down inside.
Yeah. Well, his first session back after the lockdown, originally, he went and he had as like a fitness coach. He's one of the kids' dad, but he teaches at the amateur boxing club up the road from here. And Sean just buckled and was just like laid out. I was like, get up, probably harsh on him. And he was like throwing up and everything. And he said, Dan, I'm not missing another training session or season. I can't be like that again. And that's when he texted when I was at the gym with you and he said, can I work out with Jay? And you put him on your shining stars thing.
Yeah, 100%. Well, as soon as we get back, Sean, get back to that as well.
Yeah. You like the shining stars, don't you, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon as you get back, mate, we get back to normal and we open again, get back onto that. Do you know what I mean? Every time your dad's training, if you're available, come down with him. Always come down with him.
So why did you start the shining stars thing, Jen?
Because it was by demand. By demand, man. And I think because I just kept going to get a lot of people asking about things for kids with learning difficulties because they've seen things that I've done in the past. And again, amazing things that we've done in the past. And they were just amazed at how quickly these young kids changed. And a lot of them kept on asking me the same questions, like, how'd you do it so well? And I thought, you know what, let me make a project because it's easy. Working with Sean's easy. I don't care what anybody says. So you got kids with learning difficulties and you always get coaches who make it out like it's the most challenging. It's not. I'm going to tell you why. Because the worst thing you can do with somebody with either a physical disability or a learning difficulty is treat them like they're something different. Sean ain't no different from me or you.
No, yeah.
Anybody. So let's say if somebody over the years, someone's been in a wheelchair, obviously, you know, there's certain things that they can't do. But the worst thing you can do with somebody is make them feel disabled. The worst thing you can do with an elderly person is treat them like the old and go, okay, what we're going to do today, right? We're going to do, like, treat them normal. So somebody like Sean, the worst thing you can do, and I think as a parent as well, parents appreciate it more. I've asked literally hundreds of parents tell me the same thing where they say, it was amazing to watch you with my child because I don't treat him any different. So the same way I talk to Sean is the same way that I talk to you. Obviously, there's things that kids can't do.
Don't yell at Sean as much as you yell at me.
No, because I like Sean more. But,
Sean listens.
The worst thing you can do with somebody who's got a little disability or difficulty is babysit him, wrap him in cotton wool and treat him as if there's something. I said, no, you treat him exactly the same. And when you come to a bridge, that's difficult. You cross it then. So the worst thing you could do, imagine training Sean and going, okay, Sean, what we're going to do today, we're going to do a little bit of this because I know you can't do this. Oh, I'm going to do a little bit of this because I don't. No, you go, Sean, we're going to do burpees. Sean, we're going to do this. Sean, we're going to deadlift. Sean, we're going to do rugby. Sean, we're going to do this. And then when we come to a situation that's a little bit difficult, we deal with it then. And then you'll be astounded at the amount of amazing things that you can do. So a lot of the kids that have got disabilities or difficulties, when you treat them exactly normal because they are normal, the parents literally go, I did not know that he or she could do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, because you've never treated them normal. Like, you got to treat them normal. And certain coaches, I don't know, like, imagine I was training Sean now. I know the way you feel about how much you love your son, yeah, and how much you care for him. Imagine I was training Sean and any of my staff trained Sean and we treated him like a real soft, like wrapped him in cotton wool and allowed him to just be, like, what's the word? Is it mollycoddled?
Mollycoddled, yeah.
Is that the right word? You'd hate it as a father.
Sure.
I know you. Where if Sean's playing rugby or in the gym and we're treating him like a normal young man, which he is, as a dad, that's what you want. You don't want nobody to treat him different.
No, yeah. And that's been the same at rugby, really, and it's Sean. Ever since you started, they just made you feel like one of the team. And 100%. I was a bit worried when he started. I was like, he's got these difficulties and it makes him drift out wide away from the other kids. And for like the first 3 weeks, whenever he started drifting out wide, he would just make another kid swap with him. So he was always in the middle and he was always getting the ball. And I mean, you've not missed many games, have you, mate? You played the most part of most games.
Fantastic. Yeah. Good. And that's the thing, is just treating people normal. And because like, you look at this now. There's no difference in training, let's say hypothetically, training Stewie, and Stewie says to me, "Oh, Jay, just let you know I've got a bad back, I got a slip disc." I'll go, "Cool." I'll do things to stay away from that slip disc.
Yeah.
But you're still getting it.
Yeah.
You're still getting it. But I'll stay away from we'll stay away from certain things to protect your back. There's no difference in going, okay, Sean's got a few difficulties. Cool. We'll stay away from certain things that you may struggle with, but Sean, you're still getting it. Okay, so that's exactly how it is. And I think with Sean, I think he's going to be a bit of a monster. And I think because he's massive. He's massive.
Well, he's small. He's the smallest kid on his team.
Really?
Yeah, he's a tiny. He's a midget compared to the other kids.
Wait a second. Are they all your age, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the smallest kid on his team.
Yeah.
What are these kids eating? What he's eating?
No.
Sean's huge. He's got a better body than you already, and he's only like 7 or something.
Yeah.
Well better body than your dad, Sean. Well better. You're in well better shape than your dad.
Right. Yeah. So while we're talking about my horrendous body, unhealthy people tend to be like fat like me. So what's the main one change that people can make to get them started? Because it's difficult to get going. I remember at the start, I rang my mum crying because I was getting headaches. And she was like, "Stuart, you've done really well. You've been doing like 3 weeks. You can treat yourself to a burger." And then I thought, oh yeah, I better ring Jay. And I rang Jay and he was like, "Don't you dare go to McDonald's. Don't you dare." And so I didn't go. So what's the one change that people can make to get started?
One change.
Well, what's the biggest thing you can do?
The biggest change is understanding dedication. Like understanding what the definition, like people really get it misunderstood and have got a really weird definition of dedication. So now I think it's more of a mindset. So the biggest change you can make is your mind. If your mind's not in the right place, you ain't gonna do nothing. When your mind's in the right place, you become bulletproof, you become a bit unbreakable. So now, what do you think dedication is?
Me, doing things every day and sticking at it, setting a plan, working towards it, and not deviating from that. Not deviating from the plan so much, but not deviating from that final target and keeping going no matter how far away it is.
Wrong. Come again. Sean, what's dedication?
Loyalty, respect.
That's not like a WWE promo. That's like a John Cena promo. Loyalty, respect, dedication. So now, when it comes to fitness, you know what I think that the best definition of dedication
turning up every day.
No, you got to think in this day and age, like the way life is here. It's easy to turn up when everything's good, when life is good, and you're in a good place and you're happy, right? And you're in a good place mentally. It's easy to turn up and train and exercise and eat well and stay on your diet. Dedication is turning up when you're not good. On them days where you don't feel good. Yeah. On them days where you're stressed out, you've got issues going on in your life, your work ain't too good, your home life may be a bit dodgy, you're just not in a good place. Dedication is turning up on them days. You see what I'm saying? So when someone's out of shape, their days it's like a yo-yo. You have good days, bad days, good days, bad days. On the good days, it's easy to train. Yeah. So you know that you can, them workouts are already in the bank because you know on them good days you're going to train. When you have bad days, that's when you got to really display dedication. So what I'll say to people is understand what dedication is. Yeah, understand what dedication is and make sure that on them, and you're gonna have more bad days than good. Especially when you're out of shape, you have more bad days than good. So it makes more sense to make sure that on them bad days is where you show dedication the most. It's easy in the summertime, innit? When the sun's out and you want to go for a nice little bike ride around, say, a water park, or when everything's, you know what I mean? great. But when it's cold and it's January and you get in the car at 5 o'clock in the morning and you balls the cold and you go, there's pure cold air and you can't. Yeah. And the heat is taking ages to like warm up. Dedication is them days. Dedication is that. And I think once you master that, there's nothing that can stop you. Once you master that, you'll never stop because it's not seasonal.
Yeah. So the biggest thing for somebody to get started eating right is just to stick at it.
Get your mind, change your mindset, get your mindset locked in to being dedicated. And when I say eating right, I don't even think it's eating right. It's just eating better.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is like don't try and run before you can walk. Don't try and eat great and try and eat amazing where you can't even eat good. You can't even do the basics right. Just like saying what we talked about in the GBC project, like you can't even eat good. So why are you gonna try and eat great or amazing? So whatever someone's eating, if it's eating bad, just try and eat better. And once you start eating better, you can start eating good. When you start eating good, you can start eating great. When you start eating great, you start eating amazing. Before you know it, 6-pack on top of 6-pack. Like Sean. Sean's got a 6-pack.
I think when I started, I went proper extreme and I was eating like what I was doing was not it wasn't sustainable long term. I don't think. I did it for a few months and then I would struggle and then I could do it again. But I think I'm in a better, more happy place with my eating now.
100%.
Where I can eat
and be patient.
Yeah, definitely. I've got one last thing before I let you go and spend some time with your family on a Friday night.
Go on.
But unhealthy isn't always fat. Sometimes mentally people are unhealthy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People are toxic. Well, how can we change that? How can we help people put that right?
So now, I think it's a matter of eliminating toxic people from your life. Like, come on now, as you get older, your tolerance for BS becomes a lot more strict.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, being unhealthy mentally, it's a process of elimination, of having the balls to eliminate all the toxic. So, like, there's a post that I had to repost the other day because loads of people was asking me to repost it, where I'm basically saying, if you don't encourage me to be better, if you don't provoke me to think better, be better, if you don't provoke me to try and better myself, we ain't got no point being in each other's lives. No point. There's no point us even being friends if I'm not trying to encourage you, promote you to be better. Not promote. Yeah, encourage you. Yeah, promote you to be better. Provoke you to be better. Provoke you to be a better dad, a better partner, a better like. If I'm not doing that for you and you're not doing that for me, we've got no point. We don't need to be friends.
Yeah.
So when it comes to training, there's people that are going to be quite toxic towards your journey, whether it's somebody hating on your family member, hating on a family member not supporting you, a friend not supporting you, not encouraging you, a friend that doesn't give a damn whether you're healthy or not. It's a matter of eliminating them from your life. So it doesn't have to be in a barbaric way where like, yo, you're not my friend, I'll never see you again. But it's a matter of, okay, if I'm doing my fitness thing, if I'm doing this fitness journey and you don't want to be involved and support me, I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I had when I first started trying to eat right, obviously I got to football all the time and it includes a lot of drinking. So I found out what the least calorific drinks were, and it was like clear alcohol with like a lemonade or a tonic water. So I would then just say, I'll have a vodka tonic. And they were like, my mates were like, what are you drinking that for? I was like, because I want to try to lose weight. And they were like, well, that's just this and that's just that. And I was like, well, it's just is what it is, and that's what I'm drinking. And then I had people saying, are you sure you can run a marathon? I'm like, no, I'm not sure I can run a marathon, but I'm going to try. And we did it. So but we just stopped talking. I didn't stop talking to them people. I just stopped talking about training to them people because they weren't interested.
So that's the elimination where you understand you got the balls to split it into to separate the two, saying, okay, you're my friends and we go football together and we talk about A, B, C, and D. But when it comes to my life in on that side, when it's more health and fitness and my well-being, them two can't mix. You know what I mean? You got to be able to separate the two and eliminate them from your fitness life, not your life in general.
No, yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? So I think it's about having the balls to eliminate certain toxic people, toxic situations, even a toxic environment, a toxic facility. You know what I mean? It could be even, like when it comes to elimination, it's not always people.
No, sometimes the gym isn't. Some certain gyms aren't the best for people's mental health.
Some gyms are really toxic as regards to how lonely they make people feel. Yeah, of course. How intimidated they make people feel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, especially for women, I think.
Of course it is, mate. Of course it is. Put it this way, Stewie. I've been to more or less every gym in Manchester. And even me going into them gyms, I sometimes used to feel a certain way. Like, a little bit either like, not on edge, but an uncomfortable. I can't even explain it. Whether, I don't know if it's intimidation, but I felt uncomfortable in a lot of them gyms. And that's me. So I'm thinking, wow, what if that was my mum or my missus or my auntie?
Yeah, when I started, I'd go in pure gym. After a late shift, I'd go in at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it'd be me, a taxi driver, and a copper in there, and I could just go and do my own thing in the corner. Nobody was looking at me. It wasn't really that big a deal. And then I thought that was how everybody felt in the gym. But then when I went Body Matrix, it's like a gritty gym. Everyone in there is shredded to the nines and know what they're doing. And it's one of the most comfortable gyms I've ever been in. And then your one, J7, the same, just dead comfortable. Nobody cares about anybody else. Well, everyone cares about each other, but if I can be lay on the floor going, I can't do it. No one's looking at me going, look at Stuart being a mad ass again.
Exactly. So I think it's just eliminating toxic people and environments, mate. And I think it's keeping it as simple as you can. It's not hard, it's not rocket science. It is hard and it's long as regards to the amount of work that you've got to put in. But the actual strategy is a quite simple strategy. Be in an environment be in an environment and be around people that aren't toxic.
Yeah.
Have a plan that's simple and have the balls to stick with it for a long time.
Yeah, because it is a long time.
You look like Clark Kent, I just realised.
Yeah, I am Superman.
Look a bit like Clark Kent. I just
Brock
realised.
Lesnar.
No, not like Brock Lesnar.
I've lost too much weight now.
Guys, I need to go have a bath.
Jay,
wash my nuts.
Thank you.
This was fun.
Thanks for doing it. We'll do it again. We didn't want to do it like this. Next time you'll have to come and sit in the conservatory with us.
110%. So
we'll do it again.
So what's a podcast? So this is a podcast.
Yeah, it will be.
School me on what a podcast is.
Right. It's an audio file, and it's normally just me and Sean for an hour chatting about Sean's life and a sport and that. And that's it. It's just a conversation. Some podcasts are like stories. Is this being recorded? Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be recorded, and then we're going to put it out online, and it'll go on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
So when this goes out, can you send me the link?
Yeah, I've already put the link on your phone, Jay. I've already subscribed you to the podcast. And we're probably going to, if it's all right with you, we're going to try and edit the video so we can put it on YouTube as well.
110%, mate.
So the whole conversation will go like this.
100%, brother.
All right, bro.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you.
Day.
See you later, mate.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
How do I leave this thing now? What do I press?
Yeah, I'll do it. See you later.
Kick him out.
I don't know what to press.
Sean, you all right, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think that went all right? You had some good questions there, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was about an hour again, so we've done like another hour. Do you think that'd be a good one, that?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get the sound right and everything, and we'll have a go at these videos. Don't tell Jay I'm going McDonald's. Well, he'll know that because I'm still recording.
Oh, sure.
But you said you were getting Jamaican food.
I think I drew my mind now.
All right, mate. Go and spend some time with your mum anyway, because you've not seen her all week.
In a bit.
Okay, mate. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.